It's like a pit stop crew. Now, first look at docuseries about Sherri Papini, the California mother of two, faked her own kidnapping, ultimately pleading guilty and spending more than a year in prison. She's now telling her side of the story in the doc. Matt Gutman back with that. Hey, Matt.
Hey, George. We covered this in the beginning and for years afterwards as Papini's story just kept getting more and more bizarre. We interviewed investigators, friends, her husband, Keith. But the one person who never spoke about the saga was Sherri herself. This time, strapped to a polygraph machine at times, she says she's telling the whole truth. The kidnapping hoax that once gripped the nation is now back under the microscope. Sherri Papini is the Northern California mom of two who vanished in 2016 and claims she'd been abducted and tortured for 22 harrowing days. Her return sparking a media frenzy, but as details of her disappearance unraveled, so did her story. Her husband Keith telling me about the moment he finally learned the truth of her abduction and subsequent affair with ex-boyfriend James Reyes, who admitted he helped Papini inflict injuries to herself. Why do you think that she essentially concocted this hoax, disappeared, beat herself to a pulp for 22 days, and then continued to lie about it for years?
I think she wanted me to be her knight in shining armor and run to her.
Federal investigators ultimately determining her claimed kidnapping was all a lie. Papini pleading guilty to mail fraud and making false statements, serving over a year in prison. Now, in a new two-night docuseries for ID Discovery, Sherri, despite that conviction and a sharp rebuke by the court, seems to continue to insist she was abducted.
I was tortured, I was branded, I was chained to a wall. All of that is true. I did keep some secrets from you, though.
Sherri undergoing a lie detector test as she tells her story in her own words.
So tell me why we should believe you now.
Were you free to leave at any time without fear of violence?
I'm Sherri Papini. I was abducted and I was tortured, and the FBI said I made it all up. I really challenge anybody watching this film. How truthful are you?
Right now, Sherri and her husband Keith are in the midst of a brutal custody battle. She's fighting for visitation rights with their kids. Their next hearing is later this month, and Sherri Papini, Caught in a Lie, will premiere across 2 nights on ID beginning Monday, May 26th, and will stream also on Max. Guys.
I don't know. I don't know.
Well, that's her story. She's sticking to it. I can say that.
That's her story.
I don't know.
Thank you, Matt.